Hello, everybody. This is Jeremy here again. Today I'm going to address an issue that nobody seems to be bringing up. Hopefully, it'll help some newer fishermen and intermediate fishermen out there. And that is steel leaders and how to use them. I've got 105 86 pound, and one thing I do highly recommend is the Haywire twist tool. A lot of fishermen will say, oh, you don't need that. True, you don't. But I promise you it's going to make doing the Haywire twists a whole lot easier. This is the rig I'm going to show you how to make today. I use this surf fishing. I use the floats to try and keep it up off the bottom, but also as something to entice, get the fish to look, say, hey, what is that, and start investigating. Use this for live bait, hook your fish in the mouth, and then I have a treble hook that I stick in the tail. So if any predatory fish come through with a short strike and they try and bite that tail off, you got them. So to start with, I highly recommend getting yourself a screw-in hook. Just the size to fit through the eyelid of pretty much any swivel. They're great for tying high-low rigs, and they're also real helpful for doing twist locks. So I've got one screwed into the table here. Let's go ahead and get started. For the main section coming off of the swivel, I use the 105 pound. I use about 18 inches of it, 18 to 20 inches. And I use about a 1/0 barrel swivel because every one of my rods has a Coast Lock snap swivel on it, so it's quick connection when you're on the fly and the wind's blowing. No knots to tie, no hay wires to do. Push through about 2 inches of wire, then I bring it back at a sharp bend. Then I take the Haywire twist tool, slip that on, and I bring it down pretty close to the swivel. Just like that. If you can hang on to the swivel tight enough, that's great. Sometimes I'll take it and I'll just stick it in the hook. And that'll hold it solid while you're doing your haywire. Just twist it till, I usually do about 7, 8, 9 twists on it, then cut off the excess. Make sure you're wearing safety glasses, because when you get to the end of it and that piece of wire flips out of the Haywire twist tool, you don't want to catch a piece of aluminum anyhow. Just like that. And you can see that little burr on there. I don't know if y'all can see that. There we go. See how it's got that little burr on the end? I usually take a pair of side cutters, snip that off so that doesn't bite you, but that's how your haywire should look. Now, once that's done, you're gonna come down, and like I said, I use these floats as just kind of an attractant, get something's attention. Slip that on there, put your peg in, I'm gonna use about a 3 or 4 octopus circle hook. Again, stick it through about 2 inches. Put a sharp bend in it, bend it back over it. So take your hair wire tool. Slide it on down. Hang on tight. You don't want to hook yourself. And start your twists. Snip off that little burr. And that's great if you're not going to worry about something coming through and biting the tail off your bait, but I promise you nothing is more aggravating than reeling in after a strike and finding that half your bait is gone. So we're going to cheat. For the back end, I'll usually take when you do this trailer hook, make sure you go on the back side of your hook right here. Don't go on the front side because then it's going to interfere with getting a good hook up. But I always go on the back side of the hook, go through the loop you made on the steel leader already. Put your good bend in it. Get your hair wire tool again. Again, some people are going to tell you that you don't need the haywire twist tool. That's true, you don't. But if you want to save your fingers, I'd spend the money on it. Go ahead and start doing your twists on that. Snip off the burr so you don't get yourself. Then I'm going to grab a size 2 treble hook. You can go smaller, bigger, whatever floats your boat. But then I'm going to bring this down to about 4 inches. To trail it. So right about there. Because most of the bait you get isn't going to be huge anyway. Bend that over. Try not to hook yourself. Snip off about 2 inches. And grab your haywire tool. Knowing how to do the haywire is the most important part of this. You can come up with any modification that you want to on how you want to work with steel leader. But since I haven't seen anybody make a video on how to use steel leader, I figured a couple of people out there would like to know. Most of the time people don't use it because, well, nobody's shown them how to. And that's it. So you've got your 1/0 barrel swivel, about an 18-inch section of steel leader. Again, I use the float to kind of attract attention, but keeps your bait up off the bottom of the seafloor. Got a 2/0 octopus circle hook, offset. And I've got my size 2 treble hook on the trailing end. Hope that was helpful. If the content was helpful, please click like, and thank you very much.